What's up, guys? Memoryx back to bring video, and today for this video we have Omni-Man versus Bardock, Invincible versus Dragon Ball Z Death Battle, obviously by Death Battle. Now this was recommended to me by Braden Stewart. Now this was among the little small list of death battles that he said pissed him off. Now I'll be honest, I actually understand why this fight pissed you off, because while I've never actually watched the fight myself. I had already heard about how it ends, and I think it's complete crap. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't know. The fight itself might be actually pretty cool, but the turnout of it just no, that makes no sense whatsoever from what I've heard. But now I get to actually find out their explanation as to why. Now I'm gonna assume all y'all have watched this fight, so it's been out a year, so I'm assuming all y'all have actually watched this fight. So I'm not gonna bother trying to hide any spoilers or anything like that. So, in what universe does Omni-Man beat Bardock? Because what? Like, bro, literally low class Saiyan warriors as babies get sent out to conquer planets. And I'm expected to believe that a fully grown Bardock, and if they give him Super Saiyan, I'm expected to believe that Omni-Man can beat that. There is nothing that they could say that actually makes sense as to why Bardock would beat Omni-Man, bro. But I gotta find. But I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna find out about it. Anything. But anyhow, before we get started with this, I do have something to say. 1 second, I feel a sneeze coming. Oh, there you go. Ooh, bless me. Thank you to anyone who said bless you. I felt that one click. Pause. So I did have something I wanted to say. Now, in my last video, I got a comment from, I think it was the Blueberry who commented, mentioned that my thumbnail looked kind of off. And I did come out and say that, so for my past couple videos, I'm sure a lot of y'all probably have noticed it, but for the way my thumbnails been looking, I have used like an AI to generate my thumbnails, just because y'all know my thumbnails. My thumbnails are not high quality at all, and I'm not good at making thumbnails at all. So I did kind of use, I don't use it for like any art or anything like that. Like I don't use it like, hey, create me an art, and then I try to post off as amazing art that I made or something like that. I don't try to do nothing like that. I usually just use it for like basic thumbnails, take my face, put it on the original thumbnail, make the lighting better on it and stuff like that. That's usually what I use it for. I don't use it for like any outlandish stuff and try to pass it off as something I made. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, the viewer pointed out to me that when I looked at the thumbnail and you looked at animatronics on the thumbnail, it looked kind of off, and which I didn't even pay attention to when I literally just got it and uploaded it like that. Because to me, it looked fine. I didn't notice the animatronics. When I took a closer look at the animatronics compared to the original thumbnail, I was like, oh my god, it does look off. What is this AI doing, bro? Because I'll be honest, I have had a couple times where it generated me a thumbnail and it just looked completely off with completely different characters and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no. But yeah, I'm kind of subconscious about that type of stuff. Like I know my thumbnails are kind of trash. Like I think I have gotten a couple comments in the past about it. I wouldn't say it's like those comments specifically this way me for it, but it's like I know when I look at all the other YouTubers, I can't help but compare their thumbnails and mine. I'm just like, ooh. It's like I'm not trying to say these AI generated thumbnails I'm making are better than theirs or anything like that. Not like that, but at least wanted it somewhat better to make it actually people want to click on the video. Because I know some people probably see the thumbnails of my videos and they're just like, a little too low quality for me, and just probably just skip on past. But now a couple of y'all expressed to me, Braden, you expressed to me, Blueberry expressed to me, y'all preferred it when I made my thumbnails myself, even if they were kind of low quality. So from now on, I'm gonna stick with that. Same thing with Pokemon Channel too. I did use it for a couple of my Pokemon Channel videos, but I'll stick to making them myself from now on. From this point going forward. Now the only thing else I use a little bit of AI for through this channel is I know y'all probably seen I post a lot more YouTube shorts. I do have a little, it's called Opus Clip, where it just clips all my videos. I don't really see any reason for me to stop doing that one, except for maybe some of them captions. But it really just breaks down my video into clips, and then I post it onto YouTube. It's just easier than sitting there trying to clip them myself. Like I know a lot of people have the time and patience to do all that, but with my work schedule and stuff, I really don't get time to do all that. So I kind of want to hold on to that one, but I am going to try to revise some of the dang titles of those YouTube shorts, because some of them be coming a little off. So I'm gonna try to actually pay more attention and revise some of those so it actually makes sense, and maybe just tape out the dang titles myself, but and just But yeah, you know, I'm not trying to make this video too long. I want to get on to the actual video, but I just want to quickly break that down and let y'all know from now on, I will be making my own. Go back to making my own thumbnails like I was before. No more of these thumbnails y'all been seeing for the past few videos. So I'm be making them myself now. You'll probably still see the YouTube shorts coming up because it's literally just breaking shorts of what's already in the video, and then I can upload them from there. So, but anyhow, let me get home. Let's just get on with this. I'm talking too long. Some of y'all have probably already clicked off the video. Some of y'all probably heard I was using AI thumbnails. Probably already clicked off this video. Like, hey, I'm like, if you want to subscribe to me for that, that's your choice. I'm not gonna fault you for it. Whatever, it is what it is. But I just want to go ahead and get it out there in the open, let it know, because I'm pretty sure most people probably guessed it anyway. So, not to try to hide it, but I'm doing it myself from now on. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get on to this. Stop wasting time. I need to hear their explanation on why they think Omni-Man could beat Bardock. Let's get it.
Omni-Man versus Bardock.
The ostracized Viltrumite and the doomed Saiyan.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
And then they got him turned into a dang grade 8 too. There is no way, absolutely no way Nolan would survive fighting a grade 8, bro. He's not surviving a base Saiyan, more or less a grade 8. Unless, oh heaven forbid, if they give Bardock Super Saiyan, then, oh my god. I mean, I'll be even more pissed if they give Bardock Super Saiyan and they still have him lose. Cause like, there is no way. Like, I know it's a non-canon movie that Bardock got Super Saiyan.
As their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Omni-Man, Earth's once greatest hero.
Yeah.
Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong.
That first episode of Invincible always had me
Omni-Man.
shocked.
Who, Omni-Man?
Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade, with his murderous rampage only brought to a halt thanks to his own son.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal, mortal combat.
With a K! Or, wait, no, that came later.
Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe, even more so after they...
No. Nolan. Okay, I'll start saying now on. Nolan. See, now, no. Wait, I'm gonna stop. Stop. 2,000 plus years old. That is crazy. Dang, he's only 250 pounds? I don't know why I expect him to be heavier than that. I expect him to be heavier than that. I feel like that's pretty average. Anyhow.
Purge the weaker members of their species. As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire, Omni-Man infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet Thraxa in under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the less...
Okay, it's still so crazy. I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I love Invincible, so you'll see me pause a lot. I love the Invincible show. It's still so insane how long Viltrums can hold their breath for, though. That's actually insane. Like, I think it's like, what, two they can hold their breath up to 2 weeks or something like that, maybe more than that. But it's actually insane how long they can go without oxygen. At that point, they can hold their breath that long. At that point, you should be so they don't even need oxygen at times.
Galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away. Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light.
Oh, and Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in. Think, Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're missing out.
Okay.
But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours.
That's over 20 billion times faster than light.
You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age.
According to the Invincible handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once. Ugh. Only a Viltrumite could pull off something that disturbing.
Nolan is incredibly tough, but if he faces superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet.
Reminder. It took 3 of them to destroy that planet. Alright. Not only did it take 3 of them, but it took Space Racer destabilizing the core of Viltrum, I mean. It took all 3 of them to destroy that. And they just literally said, they cut this out from the show, but they just literally said in the comics that if they did not hit it at the exact same time, they would die. Compare that to the stuff you see Saiyans, almost any Saiyan do. Even if Bardock is a low-class warrior, compare that to stuff he would be doing. Like, they would talk about Saiyans as baby conquering entire planets. That's not even counting when they're in the Great Ape form. Like, pretty much just look at what Goku was doing as a little kid. Reminder that Goku was a low-class Saiyan warrior, and look at what Goku was doing as a little kid. And to compare that. Like, compare that to what Lily Viltrums are doing at their full-grown age. I really don't see any reason why they can make up that Bardock that Omni-Man will win.
So big, it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't doing it for you, this planet also supports 5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or it was before, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitch frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug. The bug lady, he banged a bug.
Why, Omni-Man? How, Omni-Man?
Hey, everyone deals with parenting stress in their own way. When Nolan was lecturing to Mark about how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
In the far reaches of the cosmos laid a world with a people like no other, born and raised to do just one thing: fight.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by, King Vegeta. Well, narcissist punch.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right? What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
Who?
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer, ruthlessly conquering planets in service to the Saiyans' true overseer, Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Guinea, and had two sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends. Hardcore.
Bardock could fly, move faster than light, and was naturally adept in using his ki as an explosive weapon.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw-you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a ki-powered bazooka.
Do y'all? Okay, I can't see my finger. Do y'all see it? They listed Super Saiyan right here. That means they're including Super Saiyan as a power. There is absolutely no way no one should be able to beat this. He wouldn't even beat this. Be for real. He wouldn't beat either of these. He wouldn't beat Base Bardock probably. But hey, which will keep
Moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a ki-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your spine, light you on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Guinea, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Monkey!
Under the light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low-class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level...
Bro, I'm sorry, pause again. But at first when he said that, I was just like, dang. Then I thought about the outcome of this part. I'm like, how was I gonna beat that? They literally just stated. Bardock's power was almost matched to King Vegeta, who by waving his hand destroyed like 4 planets. Compare that to probably Omni-Man's biggest feat was destroying a single planet. Granted, a planet much larger than Earth, but destroying a single planet. But it took 3 of them to destroy that planet, and somebody already destabilized the core. How does Omni-Man win? I'm gonna be saying that until the end.
Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over 8,000. Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie...
Wait, they did? I could have sworn in Dub hearing Vegeta say it's over 9,000. Bro, I refuse to believe he said it's over 8,000 in Dub. I heard him say 9,000.
Dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
And Goku would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
Makes sense, given far weaker characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found 2 survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the 2, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So, before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died.
Dang.
Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually, he was pulled away by these 2 who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what-if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truth.
See, now I need somebody to write a what if Bardock went Super Saiyan, like, as Frieza tried to blow up Vegeta, Planet Vegeta. That would be crazy.
Right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud. And shout out to everyone who believed in us during our recent crowdfunding. Endscape Gold. Talk about a fancy name.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Alright, the combatants are
Give
set.
a like.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Why Omni-Man dancing like that? Alright, here we go.
Great. Another gross bug planet.
Ooh.
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
Anyone.
Don't underestimate me!
Hey, I like the music.
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
My sons would kick his ass!
Oh, nothing like that.
are. You're an embarrassment.
Wait till you see the real power of a Saiyan.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
There you go. There you go, Bardock. Oh, that was insane. Not with the tail. Is that a blue sun?
No. My sons need me. I won't let you take me from my war!
There you go. Realistically, he still wouldn't need this for him, but... Hey, still a firefight though.
Your time is up!
You said Saiyan. Remember it.
Fuck.
Okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
He didn't fully kill him. He took his arm off and then just let him fall into the sun. Why was that sun blue, by the way? That's all that wouldn't have happened. Second of all, Bardock would not have even needed Super Saiyan to meet him. Let's be real. Let's be real, really. Like if Bardock's power is compared, if Bardock's base form is comparable to King Vegeta, he would not need grade 8 Power Super Saiyan to beat Omni-Man. But let me just hear the explanation, bro.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but
Omni-Man could possibly scale to Universal, who flew from beyond the observable universe to Earth and back in under a day, 34 trillion times faster than light. Bardock would still exceed such speed with Super Saiyan. Okay, I'm not good at power scaling and stuff like that, but I really don't see how Omni-Man could scale to Universal. Cause I mean, quite literally, if Omni-Man could scale to Universal, I'm pretty sure that would mean he could destroy a planet by himself. He did not do that with Viltrum. I doubt he could even destroy Earth by himself. But like, if he can get pieced up by the Guardians while trying to kill them, like, he was getting that work put in on him while trying to kill the Guardians. I seriously thought he could destroy the whole planet by himself. It took 3 of them to destroy Viltrum. Let me just keep going.
Super Saiyan, and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar, until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost rate.
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible.
They literally said it right here too. Note that the numbers listed do not include division between participants, as equal effort is uncertain. Like, y'all really can't use that as a planetary level feat for Omni-Man, since it's dispersed into 3 people, technically 4 if you count Space Racer destabilizing the core. These don't make sense.
Until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros!
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still,
Bull. So someone that strength could have used that strength to destroy a planet by himself? Cause like if he's really that powerful, couldn't he have destroyed Viltrum? Even though Viltrum is way bigger than Earth, couldn't he have destroyed with that type of power? Couldn't he have destroyed it by himself instead of needing 2 other people and somebody destabilizing the core? I'm just gonna keep bringing up that feat because like that's the main one that makes sense, bro. Like I know Invincible's power scaling is very, very inconsistent. Like very inconsistent. You had Nolan tearing apart Draxons in the very first season. Then later on, you got him almost losing to a bug, almost getting eaten by a bug. But come on now.
Or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility and combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's
Okay,
address.
obviously, yeah, it is true. Saiyans can't breathe in space, but you know what I'm saying. There's no saying he would have to leave the planet for the fight.
His ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last 2 categories, experience and stamina.
Yep, Omni-Man's been around a lot.
Okay, sure, you could admit Nolan might have more experience than Bardock because he's been around for over, I mean, they say 2,000 years or something like that, but or is it 2,000 or 3,000 years or whatever. So sure, I could give him that. But stamina, I give. Like I know they have I know Viltrumites have crazy stamina, but that's not to sit there and say act like a sane stamina isn't insane either.
Longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years, and even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery, the form drains the user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power.
Which wouldn't matter if Bardock pieced Omni-Man up before his stamina drains. Because guess what? Bardock wouldn't need all that energy to... he wouldn't need to disperse all that energy to destroy Omni-Man. If... Like, oh now. Death Battle, I love y'all, but this fight don't make no sense whatsoever. You literally said it earlier that the feat, you basically disapproved the whole feat when you talked about Omni-Man destroying Viltrum because you're not counting for how it's equally spread out between the two. Like, you didn't even mention the fact that the whole reason they were able to do that is because Space Race destabilized the core. You didn't even mention that. So it took all that from destroying Viltrum. But you already said that Bardock's power level, base Bardock's power level, by the way, not talking about Grade 8 Bardock, not talking about Super Saiyan Bardock, base Bardock is comparable to King Vegeta, who literally waved his hand and destroyed 3 planets. But you mean to tell me that Omni-Man can survive Grade 8 Bardock or Super Saiyan Bardock? Right? I see why this pissed you off. Granted, I already knew about the ending to it, but it's pissing me off, Steve.
Made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the bar. Duck.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Next time on.
Nah. Still a cool fight. Don't get me wrong. Still a cool fight. I still love your videos. I thought the fight animation was nice, but nah. Omni-Man will not beat Bardock. In no way, shape, or form will Omni-Man beat Bardock, bro. We're gonna go ahead and end this video because I'm sure probably with me talking so much, this video is probably long. Anyhow, this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what y'all want to see me react to next time. And until next time, I know we got a couple more death battles that Braden wanted me to react to because he said there were other ones that pissed him off, so we gotta check the rest of them out. But yeah, until next time, y'all. See ya!